It's built in to explore. We explore for the beauty.
It really looks so unique. You feel like you are in another planet. Maybe some years back, Africa itself was trying to breathe. Then you feel the heartbeat.
If you think you've seen the world, but you've never been here, your experience is not complete.
The Rwenzori Mountains are absolutely unique. They're in western Uganda and there's nothing like it in the world. Bringing tourists here and sharing the beauty that is up here has been a big drive for me. That is what is saving the environment. It will save it for future generations.
Rwenzori Trekking Services shows how bringing sustainable tourism to natural places can help restore and protect nature and wildlife while supporting the local population.
I came to the Rwenzoris in April 1991. It just blew me away. I thought, this is just wasted. Where's the people? There's no people coming here to see it. I stayed on, and in 2009 I got the concession. We started developing this trail here, the Kalembe Trail.
When we started building the trails, it was really tough. Rwenzori Mountains is a mountain for the strong people.
In the first place, we employed some of the local people here, and they brought down poachers who had been poaching up there for, like Matovo, who's been poaching there for 22 years prior to that, and that was his source of income. We used them to show us where we could possibly pass. And it was only in 2016 that we finally finished the trail.
The journey begins in Kalembe. Once you pass through the park gates, you find yourself in a moist Afro-montane forest. Rwenzoris means rainmaker, and the rain feeds this dense foliage 250 days of the year. Passing briefly through a bamboo forest, next you enter the heather zone. At 3,000 to 4,000 meters, crowds of lobelias populate the slopes. At last, the alpine zone. At 4,000 meters, the first glimpses of the high peaks. The ultimate goal is the summit of Margarita Peak, the highest of Mount Stanley, third largest mountain in Africa. At Margarita Camp, the views are breathtaking and cloudscapes are constantly refreshing. The final push to Margarita Peak begins before dawn. With crampons and an ice axe, one of the few remaining tropical glaciers must be scaled. Reaching the summit comes with celebration. Back down through an assortment of gorgeous valleys and vegetation zones, your transformation is complete.
When Rwenzori Trekking Services started in 2007, we still had a lot of people who were doing poaching up in the mountains illegally.
When we first came here, you would hardly see any animals, but now you see animals often.
There has been the increase of animals up in the mountains because most of the people who used to do poaching up in the mountains, they resigned and started working with us as spotters.
Most of the community, the only income they had really was poaching animals out of the national park. Tourism, apart from building up the communities and giving the communities income, it also protects the wildlife. We found that the locals, they were in schools which were just mud and made from bamboo and mud or sticks and mud. It was a very, very poor teaching environment, very poor learning environment. So we've helped 7 schools in the area. We've added 2-3 classrooms on each. Some of them we put teachers' housing with solar on them. We've also started birding and conservation clubs. There's a lot of birds here only found in the Rwenzoris.
Speckled mousebird. We have started by birding because we wanted the children to love birds. By loving them, they can protect their habitats.
Kids enjoy it. Whenever we have birding activities, they freely go out for birding and actively participate in it. We do tree planting as part of the conservation activities in our school.
Looking to the future, that these children, as they get to be adults, will understand the mountain. They'll understand the value of the birds and the animals.
We plant trees along the area where people have cut the trees. We have indigenous trees, avocados, guavas, and some mangoes. We mix them up so that birds also can get some fruits to eat.
We would like to have more activities, more programs in the conservation of nature, promoting community conservation or reaching out to teach communities how to conserve nature and the value of conserving nature. It's my wish to have these other schools understand conservation education.
The glaciers are the biggest attraction of the whole lot. The peak is 40 kilometres from the equator. And when you climb up through all the vegetation zones, then into the alpine zones, and then you find a beautiful glacier, about 9 peaks, all with glaciers at the foot of those peaks.
Today we reached Margarita Peak and it was incredible. We had such a great experience, the walk, the glacier, the team. We had an amazing time and we so highly recommend it to you.
So today I submitted Margarita's Peak in the Rwenzori National Park, and it was one of the most exhilarating things I've ever done. One of the most unique features I think about it was the fact that we had to scale a glacier at 5,000 meters to get to the peak. Unfortunately, the glaciers are rapidly shrinking year on year due to climate changes, and there's always a fear that one of the most unique features about this national park will soon be gone.
The glacier is really melting down just because of climate change. The weather is really becoming so hot very fast, making the glacier melt day and night.
You can see a good shot of where the glacier used to be. We can see the glacier above, but the glacier used to be just 10, 15 years ago, went all the way down to all this patchy, snowy part, covered it all, slowly but surely receding.
The thing about global warming or the climate change is really true and it's real. I've seen it with my own eye.
The glaciers are going. There's no two ways about that, and it's unstoppable. We need to all get together, to connect together and to lobby governments, to lobby the population even, because the population doesn't understand what global warming and all this pollution is doing. They don't understand what deforestation is doing. We have to protect the forests everywhere. In Australia, Brazil, Borneo, Indonesia, there's all forests. Everywhere, forests are disappearing. Because if we don't save the environment now, our grandkids will never see it. And even their whole life could end because we've destroyed the environment. The connection with Mother Earth is paramount.
Face a challenge, it really makes you get more stronger, not only physically, even mentally. And if you are mentally fit, that means nothing will come on your way and put you down. It is very beautiful. Just make your way, come and see the mountain by yourself. I'm really in love with every single moment, whether rain comes, sunshine comes, the fog comes, I'm good with that. And that really makes me feel like I'm connected to the nature.
Getting out in the nature revitalizes your whole brain. You're away from the technology and all the pressures of everyday life. You come back down to earth, you become a real being again. Supporting the locals by bringing in tourists, it can give them extra incomes, it can give them better education, it can give them access to better health, that then can bring up the whole life. It can change the world.
We can all play a part to reduce climate change.
We have a collective responsibility, I believe, to protecting our environment.
Twara matai gange kufa kuno kufa nakayima omulunzi w'enteze yagenda bw'omu wali eyo mbuyaga yeekunta singa nno yagenda n'enteze ababiri oligenda b'omugwe nejjajja omukuumi w'abaana yagenda bw'omu wali eyo mayinja geekanyiga wakiri yandigenze n'abaana ababiri oligenda bw'omugwe tebereza olugendo lw'omwolo olunuma nnyo bw'ababiri nze nandigenze singa nno ngenda n'owange ababiri oligenda bw'omugwe waliwo abazimba n'amayumba agatemagana ne beerabira olugendo lw'ennaku gano bafa abagaleka ku nseno ababiri oligenda bw'omugwe temunenya kuyimbisa nakwate nakola nti ebyenseno nze binyiga nnyo maama nasiga